Cornell University's Rob Pannell is arguably one of the best collegiate lacrosse players in the country. He is currently completing his 5th and final year as a redshirt senior attacker. However, he was not always such a distinguished athlete.
Out of high school, I was very under-recruited and didn't really have many options. I was committed to 2 universities prior to committing to Cornell, Quinnipiac and Towson, and I was supposed to go to Quinnipiac after my senior spring of lacrosse, and I had a very good, successful spring and had success that I hadn't really seen before, and realized that I wanted to play at a level higher than Quinnipiac, and no disrespect to Quinnipiac, but I decided to take a postgraduate year at Deerfield Academy, and Cornell kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest. I sent them a highlight tape, and they never had seen me play live, so they were just basing off my senior season on a DVD. And I came up for homecoming weekend and had a great visit with the team and the coaching staff, and fell in love with the school. And Coach asked me to commit that next week, and I could have waited for Harvard, but Cornell I felt was the right place for me, and I had the right feel, and it was everything that I had wanted in a college campus, and I would never look back from that decision. It's been the best decision of my life.
Pannell saw success in his freshman year at Cornell that was unlike many. He felt that his performance then set the tone for the rest of his collegiate career. By the end of his junior year, he had been named Ivy League Rookie of the Year and 2-time Ivy League Player of the Year. He had also won numerous awards, including the USILA's Jack Turnbull Award, the Lieutenant Raymond Enners Award, and has been nominated for a 2011 ESPY for Best Male College Athlete.
It's truly humbling when I first hear about it, and while I do hold very high expectations for myself and hold myself to those standards to receive those honors, I would not get them without my team. And so the first thing I think is thank my teammates and the people around me for allowing me to have that success.
This year, Pannell added another accomplishment to his long list of honors as he joined an elite number of Division I lacrosse players to have scored over 300 career points.
It's just a tribute to the teams I've been on, the guys around me, allowing me to have success, and it's a lot of points when I think about it, and played in a lot of games. But I must say, when I got the 300th point, it's been a goal of mine.
During Rob's junior year, he was the only captain for the Big Red. But this year, Rob is the captain alongside 3 other notable seniors: Steve Mock, Jason Noble, and Tom Tressie.
But I'd always been close with Steve Mock. He's been a line mate of mine for a few years now, and Steve's an extremely easy guy to get along with and down to earth, and he's great.
He's a tremendous leader, and he is a fierce competitor, like I said, and he wants to win more than anything. So that really comes out in his personality on and off the field.
And Jason Noble gets probably the best compliment you can ever get from Coach Luca, in that he's the closest thing to George Boyardi that he's ever seen since George, and that speaks to Jason and what he does on the field for us.
Rob's a great guy. What he wants to get done, he gets done. He never quits, never backs down to any challenge. I think he's the one person on our team that pushes himself to the limits and even farther.
Rob Pannell takes tremendous pride in his work with the Cornell lacrosse team. Not only does he work well with the team, but he has also created strong relationships and gained the respect of his coaches.
Yeah, we're still getting to know each other. I've only known him for a few months now, but I think we're getting very close. He's got a great work ethic, so it's easy as a coach, but I think even more so his personality, his leadership, his approach. He does it right in the community. He gives back to the game, and he'll continue to do that.
In an effort to give back, Rob traveled to Africa for a week as part of a service trip to help the Uganda national lacrosse team and to bring food and goods to villages.
So this fall I took off, and it was pretty awesome. I was able to do a lot of things and experience some things that you may not get to as a student athlete at Cornell. So one of the things in which I did was go to Africa for 8 days in Uganda, where the Uganda lacrosse team is hoping to have a team in the next World Games, which take place in 2014 in Denver. So I went to work with them and coach them, but a part of it was also community service oriented, to go to the villages in Uganda and speak to families, bring them food and goods, and also raise money to develop a school in the village called the Hopeful School.
At the conclusion of his college career, Pannell will be able to pick up right where he left off after being drafted as the #1 overall pick in the 2012 Major League Lacrosse draft by the New York Lizards.
I've decided to stay in the lacrosse world while I can. I've been drafted by the New York Lizards to play professionally, so I have that opportunity. And also there's the indoor league, the opportunity to play there as well. But besides that, there's a lot of opportunities in the lacrosse world.
Even after Pannell finishes his lacrosse career, his name will forever be in the history books as one of the best lacrosse players in history. His legacy will also include his signature Rob Pannell ? Dodge, which he has attributed to his success over the years.
It's called the question mark dodge, and I put a few little, tweaks in it and did it a little different way. And it's people are doing it all over now, and it's kind of becoming known as the Rob Pannell Dodge, which is pretty cool. But I can't take credit for it. I just put a little different variation in something else.
That question mark dodge has to be his favorite dodge. In practice, he gets us at least 3 or 4 times a day on that. He can go left-handed, right-handed. You can never play one side. It's the toughest to defend. We have to put 2 poles on him, and he still sometimes gets that dodge off. But yeah, I think he's made that dodge his signature dodge.
Over the years, Rob Pannell has helped make the Big Red the successful team it is today. And while he may be leaving the team behind in just a few weeks, his legacy at Cornell will surely live on.